Hey, fellow Restopians, welcome to Restopia. Stay cool. Yeah, I've got fingers on my left hand. I'm not an amputee. Yeah, I've got a new watch. Got a new G-Shock. I've got a couple of my old G-Shocks here. And I got this one. Got this wee beastie, the GDX6900. This is a first for me because it's pre-owned. It's used. It is in pretty much mint condition though. It was in mint condition. I have given it a nice wash, but it wasn't really dirty. But it just made it feel a bit more new. Buying a used watch. Oh, I've never done it before. Casios when I was a kid, and you wore them non-stop, and you took them off, and you had that black mark, and you smelt the back of them, and they stank. Oh dear. But yeah, as an adult, maybe they'll be fine. But yeah, too much information. But yeah, I wanted this one so much, and I couldn't get a brand new one. I did try. Maybe you can get one from those Japanese websites where you will buy direct from Japan. But I saw this on eBay, and I went for it. This is sort of like a blacked out version. Actually, if I'll show you this. So this is Watch Geeks from Watch Geeks YouTube channel. So thank you very much, Watch Geek. It was really seeing this that made me want that one. So that's my one there, but this isn't blacked out. This has got white writing on the bezel, although everything under the mineral crystal is exactly the same. It is a bit weird being sort of, it's not really weird, but you sort of think, would it be better if it was fully blacked out? But then I guess you've got to have those. Anyway, it is what it is. So how did I get to this point? So I saw this one on Urban Gentry's channel, and he was talking about Mission Impossible and Tom Cruise. And for some reason I thought, I've seen the model before. For some reason I thought, let's give it a go. And so I ordered one from America. I had to get that from America, Amazon US. This one's available in the UK, I believe, still. But I had to get that one from Amazon US. I ordered it, and then I cancelled the order pretty quickly. I can't remember why. I think it was it might have been seeing this the video this image is taken from. And I saw that one, and I just much preferred that one. I did, in between that though, buy on the Casio website, there's a blacked out version of this one with the negative display. And I bought that because I quite like the look of it. And it had some numbers down on on the part of the strap that made it look a bit like a sci-fi watch, like from some dystopian future. And I did like it. The only problem was that, well, it was a bit small for me. And when you had when you put the backlight on, the backlight, the light was, you could see that the screen was wonky. And it just had to go back. So it's faulty. So it had to go back. I would have kept it other than that. But then I couldn't keep a faulty watch. So it had to go back. I think the Casio website is awful. It's really difficult to navigate. It's really annoying. And you have to pay to return the watch. I haven't got a refund yet, but I might try and get that back from them. But yeah, anyway, it's gone back. And then I said to myself, right, I've got to have that one because it's XL. The X stands for extra large, so it's bigger. I'll come on to size in a minute. It's bigger than the others. These three are all the same size, even though they might not look it in the images that have been put together by Watch Geek, but they are the same size. And the one that I got, the blacked out version of that, was also that size, and it was just too small, really. It's a bit like, so I've got sort of this one here, which is a G-Shock, but this is tiny, way too small for me. But yeah, so that one was too small, and it went back because of, I could suffer it, but it went back because of the faulty display. Anyway, so then I came back to getting a used one, and I really, not just because it's bigger, but I really liked that one, and I'll quickly tell you why. What don't I like about it? I just particularly like the negative display. I think it just looks better with a black watch. I'm from the 80s, but and I love Casios from the 80s, but the correct polarity screen just looks a bit old-fashioned, I think, in conjunction with the everything else being black. So yeah, I just like the look of that, and the other things I like about it. On this, I don't like the way that the text above the circles. Whereas on this one, I just think it looks really cool having the straight text. It just looks much cleaner. And these little, I was going to say subdials, these little circles, I just think the way they are, they're a bit sort of spider webby. I know I'm geeking out a bit on this now, but just the way they look, I think look really cool. And also, if you notice on the display, it's got like a dot matrix display for the day. So Sunday's like very dot matrixy, rather than just kind of the standard LCDs of these ones. So everything about this, the size, the circles looking better, I preferred the negative display on this particular model, and the way that you got the dot matrix there, I thought it'd be perfect. So I had to get one. So I looked on eBay, and sure enough there was one there, and I got that, and it was in near perfect condition. There's tiny marks, tiny little scratch, but you don't really notice them. It was clean when it came, but I did give it a nice wash, so it feels like new. And yeah, I absolutely love it. This size for me is just, compared to the other one that I had that was a bit small, a bit of reflection there. I'll put the backlight on actually. There you go. You see how that looks. Funny thing with the backlight is, let's take it off actually. So that's the size of it. So these I call these sort of simple G-Shocks. That's the whereas these are much more complicated, and have and are much more expensive. So these are about £500 up, so these are sort of simple G-Shocks, but and obviously not analog. Not an analog display, but yeah, I do like them, and I do like them. I like these bigger ones, so to be able to get this one in a similar size, that's pretty similar to that one, I think is I just blew my mind. I absolutely love it. I now want would love a brand new one. The one in the picture, actually, I'll show you one other thing. Let's open this back up again. Excuse me. The one in the picture isn't black. I don't know if I said this already, actually, because I had to re-record the video. And it's a one and done. It's not fully blacked out. It's white around the on the bezel, whereas this one is blacked out. There's lots of different variants. But yeah, I do like the negative display. And as you can see it. You can see this one better than the smaller one that I had from Casio. What is it? Does a weird thing. I showed you a weird thing. So if you don't know what mode you're in and you put the light on and then you change the mode, the backlight immediately goes off. So it stays on for a few seconds there. It's quite a few seconds, but as soon as you touch a button, it goes off, which I found really annoying because I had it on world time. And I wanted it back to home time, but it was dark, so I tried using light. But yeah, I can see it. What I like about the negative display, I've already said that it goes. I think it goes with if you're going to have a blacked out watch, have it fully blacked out. But what I like about it is it's a bit like from the 80s, as well as having ones like that with a non-negative display, a correct polarity display. Even before that, you had those LED watches, the red ones that didn't have anything on the screen until you pushed a button, and then it lit up in red and told you the time. And I quite like that about this, which is why the wonky screen one really bugs me. But I quite like, if I can't see it, I need to push the button to see the time. That's quite a nice retro touch, I think. And the button is really easy to push. It's big enough and it's in a nice place. So that was really pleased with this. I would like to get the other one. This is made in Thailand, I think. So these sort of basic ones, the simple G-Shocks, tend to be not Japan, whereas something like this is Japan. So the build quality is generally, I would say, much, much better. Nothing wrong with this one. But yeah, that's something it's a shame really, because I'd love this to be, if I could buy one of these that, like Seiko do Japan made and non-Japan made, and they charge a premium for the watch. It's exactly the same watch, but made, some of them are just made in Japan, and people pay a premium for the Japanese one. I think I would with this. I love this so much that I would buy a Japan made brand new one if I could get one, if it existed and I could get one. But so size wise, as I say, the other G-Shocks are a bit small for me. This is probably the biggest one I've got. I could measure them, but where do you measure on a G-Shock really? I think it's definitely the watch that you, normally I'd measure, it's difficult measuring things on camera. It's a movie about, I'd probably measure, very difficult. It's about 50 mil across the shortest part where I'd normally measure a watch. Where's it gone? It's about, 53 from east to west. But yeah, it's you really got to have them on your wrist really. I think the sizes that they quote, because of all the all these extra bits around the side, I think the size can be very misleading. And this is the first simple G-Shock, like non expensive one, non-analog, like top of the range type thing, that I've had, that I like the size of, and I think that's why I love wearing it so much. Now another difference between them on these is, I'll bring another one in over here. I knew there was a reason I had this. Again, quite a big one. Much bigger. What makes this one look small. That actually looks the bigger of all of them. But yeah, so the other differences between this model is that, I won't show you again because the video's dragging on a bit now. Or maybe I will. If you've made it this far. So the other difference I was going to say, on this one, which is Tough Solar, I think this is 10-year battery life, I'm not sure. Although it would say on there. Anyway, don't care about that. This is Tough Solar. Solar charge and doesn't have the battery, it lasts for decades or decade, yeah. But this one, these sub-eyes here, I got that from an American shopping channel. It's what she called a sub-dial. She called them a sub-eye, which I thought was really funny. But these round things here, on all of the others, they literally just are a timer. They're literally just something that counts up seconds. But on this one, they do, and you can sort of see, they do other things. So that's quite interesting on that one, but it's the size too small for me. And the other difference is the clasp. So you've got 3 different buckles. This is obviously silver steel. The one I had on the one that I sent back was black steel, so it's obviously a coating. I really don't like those because you're gonna scratch it and it's gonna then scratch through to the silver. I think the best option that people seem to like is something that is made of plastic. I mean, it's a very plasticky watch, resiny watch, so I think it's no problem having the buckle. I mean, you could get replacement ones, I guess, in resin, plastic. I mean, that obviously doesn't suit, fully blacked out watch, and then you've got that. That would look better in plastic. But these are small points. They bother some people, not others. I couldn't really do, I don't really do anything coated because of how awful it looks when you scratch it. But yeah, so this is my new love. I hope you've enjoyed seeing that. Waffle. And if you've got any questions, always let me know in the comments below. But for now, one wrist, live it.